Christmas has evolved over thousands of years, from ancient winter festivals to a holiday celebrated worldwide. It's a time of joy, giving, and togetherness. The roots of Christmas go beyond the birth of Jesus Christ, intertwining with customs and traditions from various cultures that have shaped how we celebrate today. Though its story spans centuries, at its core, Christmas is a celebration of love, kindness, and the spirit of giving. The earliest origins of Christmas can be traced back to ancient times, when people celebrated the winter solstice. These early festivals honored the return of longer days and the sun. Over time, as Christianity spread across the Roman Empire, the celebration of Christ's birth was chosen to coincide with these winter solstice festivals. The Christian holiday slowly began to blend with earlier traditions, bringing together both religious observance and joyous festivities. As centuries passed, Christmas continued to evolve. New customs and practices were added, often influenced by royal families, literature, and the changing social landscape. Over time, Christmas moved from being a purely religious observance to a global holiday marked by festive meals, gift-giving, and elaborate decorations. The story of Christmas is a beautiful mix of ancient traditions, religious devotion, and modern-day merriment that continues to inspire millions of people across the world. Before Christmas became a celebration of the birth of Christ, many cultures celebrated the winter solstice. The Romans celebrated Saturnalia, a festival dedicated to the god Saturn. It was a time for feasting, gift-giving, and merrymaking. People decorated their homes with greenery, and slaves were treated as equals during this festival, a tradition of generosity that would later influence Christmas customs. The Germanic peoples in Northern Europe also had their winter celebrations. The Yule festival was held around the same time as the solstice, where they decorated evergreen trees as symbols of life during the harsh winter. The use of evergreens, such as holly, ivy, and mistletoe, became a tradition carried forward into Christmas. While these ancient solstice festivals were not connected to Christianity, they laid the groundwork for the Christmas holiday we know today. As Christianity spread, December 25th was chosen as the day to celebrate the birth of Jesus, not only because it coincided with the winter solstice, but also because it was a time of light and hope. Christians wanted to celebrate the birth of Christ during this time of renewal and rebirth, aligning with the idea of Christ bringing light into the world. The birth of Jesus Christ, celebrated on December 25th, became the central focus of Christmas for early Christians. However, Christmas was not immediately celebrated as it is today. In the early centuries of Christianity, Christians did not mark the day of Christ's birth with a specific holiday. And it wasn't until the 4th century that the Roman Emperor Constantine officially adopted Christianity and declared December 25th as the day to celebrate Christ's birth. At this time, the Church emphasized the spiritual meaning of Christmas, focusing on reflection, prayer, and religious observance. Christmas was still a modest occasion, with early celebrations marked by church services, fasting, and religious rites. The festive customs we associate with Christmas, like gift-giving and feasting, had not yet become common. It wasn't until the Middle Ages that Christmas became more of a public celebration. The introduction of church plays or mystery plays depicting the nativity story allowed for a more interactive and festive atmosphere. Still, it was a time for religious reflection and celebration of the birth of Christ, with emphasis on giving thanks and spreading kindness. During the Middle Ages, Christmas began to take on a more festive tone. Feasts and merrymaking became central to the holiday. The 12 days of Christmas, starting from December 25th and ending on Epiphany, January 6th, was established as a time of celebration. People celebrated with masks, dancing, and feasting, and the nobility often held lavish banquets and balls. Christmas trees, as we know them today, have roots in medieval Germany. During this period, it became customary to decorate evergreen trees with candles, fruits, and later, decorative ornaments. The tradition of gift-giving grew as well, as people exchanged small gifts and tokens of appreciation to mark the occasion. It was also during this time that Christmas carols began to emerge. These festive songs were sung in the streets, bringing communities together in celebration. In fact, Caroling became an important part of the Christmas tradition, with people traveling door to door, singing songs of joy and spreading goodwill. However, Christmas was still very much a religious observance, with people attending church services to remember the birth of Christ. The Victorian era in the 19th century was pivotal in shaping many of the Christmas traditions we know today. One of the key figures of this transformation was Charles Dickens, whose novella A Christmas Carol, 1843, inspired a focus on generosity, family, and charity. His story of Ebenezer Scrooge and his transformation into a kind-hearted man sparked a renewed emphasis on compassion and social responsibility. During the Victorian era, many familiar Christmas customs were popularized. The Christmas card was first introduced in 1843, while the tradition of the Christmas tree spread beyond Germany, becoming a beloved practice in England and America. The royal family, particularly Queen Victoria and her husband Prince Albert, helped popularize the Christmas tree by decorating it with candles, ornaments, and gifts. The tradition of Christmas presents also gained momentum during the Victorian period. Gifts began to be exchanged on Christmas Day, and stores began to stock items specifically for the holiday. The Christmas feast grew in size, with families gathering for elaborate meals of roasted meats, pies, and seasonal treats. Christmas had officially become a time for both religious observance and festive celebration, bringing families and communities together. As Christmas spread globally, the figure of Santa Claus became one of its most iconic symbols. The modern-day Santa was inspired by the Dutch legend of Sinterklaas and popularized in America by Clement Clarke Moore's poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, 1823, also known as the night before Christmas. Santa Claus became the jolly figure we know today, dressed in red, with a white beard and a sleigh pulled by reindeer. In the early 20th century, Santa Claus was further popularized through advertisements and commercials, particularly by brands like Coca-Cola, who created the image of Santa enjoying a Coke. This helped cement Santa as a central figure in Christmas celebrations, especially for children. The practice of gift-giving became more widespread, and Christmas became a time for both family bonding and consumerism. Christmas shopping became an essential part of the holiday season, with stores offering special sales, decorations, and themed items. People also began exchanging gifts more eagerly, often under the influence of commercialization, creating a festive atmosphere that was both personal and economical. Christmas celebrations are not uniform across the globe. Different countries and cultures have their own unique traditions that bring their own flair to the holiday. For example, in Mexico, the celebration of Las Posadas reenacts Mary and Joseph's search for shelter in Bethlehem. In Italy, children wait for La Befana, a kind witch who delivers gifts to good children on Epiphany. In Japan, where Christmas is not a religious holiday for most people, the focus is on the festive spirit with decorations, Christmas lights, and a tradition of eating KFC for Christmas dinner. In Ethiopia, Christmas is celebrated on January 7th, and many people attend church services in the early hours of the morning, following ancient traditions. Christmas in each culture reflects a different set of values and customs, but the spirit of joy and togetherness remains universal. Many countries also have unique versions of Christmas treats. In Sweden, the Julbord feast features pickled herring, meatballs, and other traditional foods, while in France, the Réveillon feast is a late-night meal shared with loved ones. Around the world, Christmas is a time for gathering, reflection, and celebrating the bond of family and friends. Today, Christmas is celebrated in a variety of ways, blending tradition with modern-day influences. For many people, it's a time for family gatherings, gift-giving, and religious observance. While some focus on the spiritual meaning of Christmas, others place more emphasis on the festive aspects, decorating homes with lights, setting up Christmas trees, and baking special treats. The commercialization of Christmas has led to an increase in Christmas shopping, with stores offering special deals and promotions during the holiday season. Many people take part in Secret Santa gift exchanges at work or attend Christmas parties and gatherings. Some families still hold on to traditions passed down through generations, while others create new ones to make the holiday special for their loved ones. In recent years, Christmas has also become more inclusive, with many people celebrating it in non-traditional ways. Some use it as an opportunity to give back to the community, participating in charitable acts, donating to food banks, or volunteering in their local areas. The holiday's message of peace, kindness, and generosity continues to inspire people around the world. Christmas is a celebration that has evolved over time, bringing together a rich tapestry of cultures, traditions, and beliefs. It's a time to reflect on the past, celebrate the present, and look forward to the future. While the way we celebrate Christmas may vary from family to family and country to country, its underlying message remains the same: love, peace, and goodwill. Over the centuries, Christmas has become a global holiday, embraced by people from all walks of life. It has transcended religious and cultural boundaries, offering a time for reflection, kindness, and sharing. For many, it's an opportunity to gather with family and friends, to give back to the community, and to enjoy the simple joys of the season. As we move forward, Christmas will continue to evolve, influenced by changing times and new traditions. Yet, its message of hope and joy will always remain at its heart. Christmas is not just about gifts, decorations, or festive meals. It's about the spirit of togetherness, the warmth of family, and the power of kindness. And that, ultimately, is what makes Christmas a celebration worth cherishing.